I never thought I'd wake up in my father's body, staring at my own reflection in the cracked bathroom mirror of our crumbling Ohio duplex. His callous mechanic's hands, now mine, trembling as they gripped the sink. The text from Dad at 2:17 a.m. still burned on the screen of his battered flip phone. Grab your sister and run. They're coming. Don't trust the face you see. But it wasn't Dad's voice in my head anymore, it was mine. Trapped in this hulking stranger's shell, screaming silent vengeance against the monster who'd stolen everything. And as the first siren wailed in the distance, I realized the real horror. My little sister Ellie wasn't safe in her bed. She was the bait in a trap I'd walked right into. All because I'd taken the fall for his sins 20 years ago. It started like every other humid August night in Cleveland, the kind where the air hangs heavy with the stink of Lake Erie and unfulfilled dreams. I was Haley Thompson, 28, scraping by as a barista at that hipster coffee joint downtown, the one with overpriced lattes and underpaid staff. My life was a loop of double shifts, ramen noodles, and dodging calls from bill collectors. Ellie, my 17-year-old sister, was the bright spot, the kid with a killer smile and dreams of escaping this Rust Belt hellhole for art school in New York. Dad? He was just Dad. Jack Thompson, grease monkey extraordinaire at the auto shop, nursing a beer gut and a perpetual scowl. The man who'd raised us single-handed after Mom bailed when I was 8. Or so I thought. That night, I'd crashed early after tucking Ellie in. Her sketchbook splayed open on the nightstand with half-finished portraits of cityscapes she'd never seen. The duplex was our prison and our palace, peeling wallpaper from the 70s. A kitchen that doubled as a laundry room. And a basement Dad kept locked tighter than Fort Knox. Family secrets, he'd grunt if I asked, his eyes darting like he expected the devil himself to pop out. I never pushed. Loyalty, right? That's what you do for blood. The jolt came at 1:45 a.m., not a dream, but a violation. It felt like drowning in tar, my lungs seizing as if someone had yanked my soul through a meat grinder. When my eyes snapped open, the world tilted. The ceiling fan above me wasn't the one in my room, it was Dad's, with its lazy wobble from years of neglect. My hands, his hands, were rough, veined like road maps, nails caked with engine oil. I bolted upright, heart hammering, and stumbled to the mirror. Staring back was Jack Thompson, salt and pepper stubble, crow's feet etched deep from squinting at carburetors, a jaw that could crack walnuts. But the eyes? Mine. Freaked out hazel, pupils blown wide. What the fuck? The voice that rasped out was his gravelly, laced with Marlboros, but the panic was all me. I clawed at my face, feeling the unfamiliar bristles, the sagging jowls. This wasn't a nightmare. This was some Stephen King fever dream made flesh. Body swap. Impossible. Yet here I was, 6'2" of middle-aged regret staring at 28 years of slim build and bad highlights. That's when the phone buzzed on the nightstand. Not my iPhone with its cracked case and Ellie selfies. This was Dad's ancient Nokia. The one he swore by because apps are for pussies. The screen lit up. Unknown number. I fumbled it open. Thumbs too thick.
And read the message.
Grab your sister and run. They're coming. Don't trust the face you see. Signed, Dad. My brain short-circuited. If this was Dad texting, then who the hell was wearing my skin? I lurched out of bed. His heavy boots, wait. No. He slept in socks, thudding on the creaky floorboards. The hallway smelled wrong. stale coffee instead of my vanilla candle. Ellie's door was ajar, a sliver of moonlight spilling out. I shoved it open, expecting her curled under the quilt with her stuffed bear from childhood. Empty. Bed made. Sketchbook gone. A chill spidered down my spine, his spine. Ellie, my voice boomed. Too loud. Too deep. No answer. Down the hall. My room, her room now. The door hung open. And there, silhouetted against the street lamp glow through the blinds,
Was me. Haley.
slender frame in my ratty tank top and shorts, blonde hair tousled just like after a bad sleep. She turned, slow as a predator.
And smiled.
My smile, but twisted, eyes gleaming with something feral. Evening. Sport, she said in my voice. Light and sarcastic. The one I used to charm tips out of tourists. Took you long enough to wake up. I froze. Every instinct screaming to charge. To rip that imposter apart. But his body, my temporary prison, was sluggish. Joints protesting like they hadn't moved since the last union strike. Who? What the hell are you? I growled. Fists clenching. God. They felt like hammers. She laughed. A tinkling sound that used to make Ellie giggle during our movie nights. Now it curdled my gut. Oh. Haley. Always the slow one. It's me.
Kiddo.
Dad. She stepped closer. And up close. The illusion cracked. My freckles were there. But the posture was all wrong, shoulders squared like a man who'd boxed in his youth. A subtle swagger that screamed testosterone. Body swap. Dad in my body. Me in his. The room spun. This isn't funny. Give her back. Now. My face hardened. That familiar Thompson scowl settling in. Ain't a joke.
Girl.
And Ellie's fine. Safer than you know. He glanced at his watch, my Fitbit, which he'd probably already pawned in his mind. Clock's ticking. You gotta move. Sirens now. Faint but closing. Blue-red flickers dancing on the neighbor's siding across the street. Cleveland PD.
Probably.
For what? What's going on? Why the text? And where's Ellie? Dad sighed, running my hands through my hair in a gesture I'd done 1,000 times. Long story. Short version, I fucked up. Big. 20 years ago, when you were a kid,
I
borrowed some money from the wrong people. Mob ties. Union shakedowns, standard Rust Belt bullshit. But it snowballed. They want their cut. With interest. And they think you and Ellie are leverage. My mind reeled. Fragments slotting in. The locked basement. The late-night whispers on the phone. The way he'd always push me to toughen up, like I was carrying his ghosts. You used us? All this time. Not used. Protected. His eyes, my eyes, flashed defiance. That fire at the shop? The one they pinned on me? Wasn't me. It was them. Torching evidence. I took the rap to keep you girls out of it. Arson charge. 5 years inside. You remember visiting me in county, bringing those go-doffel cookies. I did. Vividly. Me at 13. Ellie toddling behind, pressing our palms to the glass partition while he mouthed, I love you, like it was a curse. The neighbors whispering, Pyro Dad, the school bullies calling us matchstick sisters. I dropped out of community college to work, to keep the lights on. All for him. You let me believe you were a screw-up. A drunk who burned his life down. Better that than the truth. He edged toward the window, peeking through the blinds. These guys? Vincenzo family. Old school Italian mob. But with tech now, drones, hackers, the works. They found out about the swap. Some witch doctor bullshit they hired from Jersey. Said it'd make extraction easier. Get in your skin. Grab Ellie. Vanish. Swap. The word hung like smoke.
How?
Why me?
This.
This ritual? You did this to us. He shook his head, my ponytail whipping. Desperate times. I woke up in you around midnight. Felt like lightning through the veins. Ellie's hidden, safe house up in Mentor. Text was to warn you before they hit the house. The sirens swelled, gravel crunching as tires bit the driveway. 2 cruisers. Lights painting the walls in hellish strobes. Police? I whispered. Heart, or his heart thundering.
Worse.
Vincenzo's got badges on payroll. He grabbed my arm, his arm, nails digging into flab I didn't recognize. Listen.
Haley.
In my body. You're the ghost. No one expects Jack Thompson to bolt. Take the truck. Head north on I-90. Ellie's at the old mill. Red door. Password. Thunder Road. Get her. Disappear. I'll handle the heat in your skin. Disappear? With what? My minimum wage life. His parole officer breathing down our necks? Rage bubbled. Hot and unfamiliar in this barrel chest. Handle it how? By ruining my life too? I took your fall once. Not again. His face, mine, crumbled. Just a flicker. Before the mask snapped back. You owe me.
Kid.
Blood debt.
Then.
Softer. Please. For Ellie. Headlights flooded the room. Doors slamming. Radios crackling. Thompson residence. Warrant for Haley Thompson. Suspected fraud.
Fraud?
What the? Dad and me bolted for the back stairs. Yelling over his shoulder. Run. I hesitated. Then lumbered after. His legs eating ground I never could. We burst into the kitchen as the front door splintered. I snatched the keys from the hook, his Ford F-150, rusted relic, and vaulted the back fence, landing in the alley with a grunt that rattled my teeth. The truck roared to life. Engine coughing like Dad after a pack-a-day. I peeled out, tires screeching, mirror showing cop cars swarming the duplex. And in the rear view, a figure at the kitchen window, me, him, waving me off with a grim nod. Don't trust the face you see. As I merged onto the interstate, Cleveland's sodium lights fading, the pieces gnawed at me. Why fraud? Why now? And that basement, what was really down there? The text echoed, they're coming.
Lies.
All of it built on his betrayal. I'd protected him once. Swallowed the shame of arson kid to keep our family afloat. But this? Stealing my body. Endangering Ellie?
No.
Vengeance simmered. A dark promise in this stolen flesh. I'd get her safe. Then I'd make him pay. Unravel every thread until the truth bled out. The mill loomed outside Mentor, a skeletal giant against the pre-dawn sky. Windows like empty sockets. Password given. Red door creaked open to reveal Ellie, huddled on a cot. Sketchbook clutched like a shield. Haley, she whispered, eyes squinting in the gloom. Then, confusion. Wait. What happened to your voice? I knelt, awkward in his bulk, and pulled her close, his flannel shirt enveloping her like a tent. Long story. Squirt. But I'm here. We're getting out. She buried her face in my shoulder.
Trembling.
For a moment, the rage paused. She was safe. That was step one. But as we slipped into the truck, engine rumbling low, I glanced back at the mill. Shadows moved, too deliberate for wind. They were close. And Dad, still wearing my skin, facing the storm alone. Or was he? Doubt wormed in. What if the text was a ploy? What if he wasn't protecting us? What if he was trading us?
No.
Focus. North to Canada? Maybe. New lives. But the fire in my gut whispered otherwise. This swap wasn't random. There was more. Secrets buried deeper than that basement lock. And I'd dig them up, one lie at a time. For Ellie. For me. For the girl who'd spent 2 decades carrying his cross. Dawn broke over Lake Ontario like a bruise, purple and swollen, as Ellie and I ditched the truck in a gravel lot outside Buffalo. His body ached, back screaming from years of lugging transmissions, but it was a warrior's pain, fueling the storm brewing inside. We'd crossed state lines in silence, Ellie sketching furiously in the passenger seat, her pencil strokes jagged like lightning. "Talk to me." "Haley," she'd finally said, voice small. "Why'd he look like him and sound like a trucker after a bender?" I gripped the wheel tighter, knuckles whitening against the cracked leather. How do you explain the inexplicable to a kid who's already lost too much? It's temporary.
El.
Some accident. Science shit. Or maybe voodoo. Point is, Dad's in my body back home, buying us time.
Lies.
Half of them. I didn't know if it was temporary, or if the mob's witch doctor had forged chains instead of a bridge. She nodded, but her eyes, sharp like Mom's, didn't buy it. That text. From him? What did he mean? Don't trust the face? Means the bad guys are shapeshifters too, I muttered, pulling into a dingy motel off I-90. The Niagara Budget Inn, neon sign flickering, no vacancy, like a bad omen. Parking lot littered with cigarette butts and regret. $50 got us a room with twin beds, a TV bolted to the wall, and a bathroom that smelled like bleach and broken promises. American dream, right there. Ellie crashed hard, exhaustion claiming her before her head hit the pillow. I watched her sleep, chest rising steady, and the weight of it all crashed down. 24 hours ago, I was pouring espressos, flirting with the cute delivery guy for free scones. Now, fugitive in my father's skin, sister as collateral, a mob were nipping at our heels. Vincenzo family. I'd heard whispers, back alley gossip at the bar, headlines about disappearances in the Italian enclaves of Little Italy. Power players, laundering cash through legit fronts, construction, waste management, now crypto scams. Fraud. That's what the cops had barked. Had Dad know? The imposter in my body framed me for something digital? Embezzlement? Identity theft? Fitting, since he'd literally stolen mine. I needed answers. His phone was dead, charger lost in the chaos, so I rifled his wallet instead. Driver's license. Faded photo of him grinning like a fool at some county fair. A crumpled Amex, mine?
No.
His. Maxed out. And tucked in the billfold, a business card. Victor Russo. ASQ. Discreet Solutions. Cleveland. Fancy gold emboss. Phone number scrawled on back in Sharpie. Call if fire starts again.
Fire.
The arson. My pulse quickened. Victor Russo, lawyer to the mob. If the whispers held. Dad's handler? Blackmailer? I snapped a pic with the motel's ancient landline camera. Wait.
No.
That was stupid. Instead, I memorized the number, then dug deeper. In his jacket pocket.
A key.
Not house or truck, small. Brass. Stamped First National Vault 47. Bank deposit box. What the hell was Jack Thompson hiding that needed a vault? Sleep evaded me, his snores threatening from this throat. By noon, Ellie stirred, demanding McDonald's and details. Over greasy hash browns in the motel lot, I spun a sanitized version. Dad's old debts catching up. A freak accident swapping us. Cops on payroll.
She ate it up.
Trusting as ever. But her questions probed. Why'd he choose you? For the swap? I mean, good question. Why not her? Younger. Lighter on her feet. Leverage, I said. I'm the big sister. They think I know more. Bullshit. Truth was, I suspected it was punishment. For the fire. For taking his fall. We hit the road again, aiming for a Greyhound station in Rochester. Untraceable cash tickets to anywhere but here. But as we merged onto the thruway, his phone, recharged in the room, buzzed back to life. Missed calls, 10 from Vic. A voicemail. Jackie boy. You slimy fuck. Your girls skipped town. But we got eyes. Swap's holding. But the doc says 48 hours max. Deliver the ledger. Or Ellie's the new poster child for witness protection. Permanently. Ledger. My blood ran cold. What ledger? Dad's voice, mine, crackled next. Vic. It's handled. Haley's got the key. Tell the boss I'm square after this. Square? Handing us over? The betrayal sliced deep. Reopening scars I'd thought healed. All those years, me dropping dreams to support us. Enduring the stares. The pity jobs. Arson kids got steady hands for coffee. My boss would leer. I'd smiled through it.
For him.
For family.
And now,
trading us like poker chips. Pull over, Ellie said suddenly. Face pale. I gotta puke. Nerves. I thought. But as I eased onto the shoulder, she bolted from the truck, retching into the ditch. I followed. Hand on her back, his hand too rough.
Easy. Elle.
We're okay. She wiped her mouth, eyes wild.
No.
We're not. That wasn't Dad on the phone. I heard him your voice last night, before the sirens. Arguing with someone. About the real fire. And money. A lot. The world tilted again.
What? He said.
Haley took the fall. But you lit the match.
Vic.
Time to pay up. She trembled, hugging herself. I didn't tell you 'cause I was scared. Thought it was a dream. Not a dream. Confirmation. Dad hadn't taken the fall. He'd pinned it on me. Indirectly. Protected his ass by letting the narrative stick. But Vic, the lawyer, lit the match. Rage ignited. Pure and scorching. I wanted to roar. To smash something with these meaty fists. Instead, I pulled her close. We're ending this. No more running. We go back. Confront him. Ellie gaped. Back. To Cleveland? Haley. That's suicide. Not if we're smart. Controversial? Hell yes. Turning tail went against every survival instinct. But passivity had cost me 2 decades. Time to fight dirty. Trust me? She nodded.
Fierce.
Always. We ditched the Greyhound plan, looped south on backroads. His truck guzzling gas like cheap whiskey. I called Vic's number from a burner app on a Walmart prepaid. $50 well spent.
Vitor Russo.
This is Haley Thompson. Or what's left of her. Laughter. Oily as used motor oil.
Well. Shit.
Jackie's better half. What's the play?
Sweetheart.
Come to bargain. Ledger.
Vault.
Basement.
Spill.
Or I go public. Every blog. Every subreddit. Mob witch doctor swaps souls in Ohio. You'd love the headlines. Silence. Then a chuckle. Feisty.
Meet me.
Warehouses off the Cuyahoga. Midnight. Come alone. Alone meant without Ellie. Stashed in a dive bar with strict instructions. If I'm not back by 2, call the feds. Anonymous tip. Vincenzo arson cover-up. The riverfront loomed. Black water slapping concrete pilings under sodium marks. Vic waited by a chain-link fence. Slim in a Burberry trench. Salt hair slicked like a 80s mob flick. Up close. He was sharper. Hawk nose. Eyes like polished obsidian. Haley and Jack. Impressive. The doc's work is gold. Egyptian rights. Black market. Cost a fortune. Cut the TED Talk. The fire. Dad's innocent.
Biklita sigarata.
Exhaling smoke rings that danced like nooses. Jackie? Guilty as sin. But not the torch. That was me. Boss's orders. Torch the shop to hide skimmed union dues. Jack walked in early.
Saw me.
Bargained. Take the fall. We wipe his debts. Clean slate. But the pieces shattered. Dad hadn't protected us. He'd sacrificed my reputation to save his skin. Let the cops grill a grieving kid. Let the town brand us. All for a clean slate that led to this nightmare.
Big shuksha.
Collateral. He figured you'd bounce back. Tough broads do. He flicked ash. Eyes gleaming. Ledger's got it all. Dates.
Payoffs.
Your old man's cut. Hand it over. We call even. Swap reverses at dawn. Doc's timer. My gut twisted. Even? After ruining me? And Ellie? Kidnapping charge if you bolt. But hey. Family discount. The decision burned. Hand it over. Slink back to normalcy. Swallow the pill like always.
Or. No.
Vengeance called. Dark and sweet. I lunged, his body a battering ram, fist connecting with Vic's jaw in a crack of bone. He staggered, spitting blood, but drew a snub-nose .38 faster than I expected. Bad move. Thompson. I charged anyway, tackling him into the muck. The gun skittered. Shots wild into the night. We rolled. His tailored suit shredding. His flannel ripping. Punches landed. Mine bruising. His precise. Splitting lip. For Haley, I snarled. Knee to gut. For Ellie. He wheezed. Clawing for the gun. You're him. Jack's fire.
No.
I was more. The woman he'd broken. Reborn in fury. I pinned him. Fist raised for the kill. Controversial. Lethal, but sirens wailed distant. Cops? Mob? Didn't matter. I grabbed the gun. Pressed to his temple. Ledger.
Now.
Fuck you. defiance. Then crumple. Vault. Combo 4-7-2-9.
Take it.
But boss knows. You're dead. I zip-tied him with his own belt, kinky, but effective, and left him for the rats. Dawn crept, the swap's clock ticking. Back to the bar. Ellie's safe. Eyes wide at the blood. What now? Truth, I said,
Peeling out toward the bank.
and payback. But as the sun crested, a itch spread under his skin. The swap held, but whispers echoed, deeper lies. Dad's voice in my head?
No.
Something older. The basement. It called. The First National Bank of Cleveland squatted on Euclid Avenue like a concrete bunker. All glass and steel facade, hiding the vaulted guts where fortunes festered. It was 6 a.m. The lobby empty save for a security guard nursing coffee. His nod perfunctory as I flashed Dad's ID, Jack Thompson. Looking every bit the hungover regular. Vault 47. Cold metal door yawned open with the combo Vic spilled, revealing stacks of ledgers. Yellowed and banded. Smelling of ink and deceit. I snatched the top one. Flipping pages under the dim bulb, columns of numbers. Names: Vincenzo.
Russo.
Thompson. Dates tracing back to 04. The fire year. There it was.
Page 23, JT.
Witness payoff, $50,000. Arson cover, H. Thompson juvenile deflection. Deflection. Code 4. Let the daughter rot in suspicion. My hands shook.
Smudging the ink.
Below, soul bind ritual insurance. Target, H. For leverage, they'd planned this. Dad wasn't desperate. He was complicit. Sold my body as collateral long before the witch doctor chanted. Ellie waited in the truck, sketching the sunrise over the river, ironic beauty amid the rot. What did you find? She asked as I slid in. Ledger heavy on my lap. Enough to bury them. And him. We hit a copy shop next, duplicating pages for leverage. Originals tucked in a hidden dash compartment. Plan coalescing. Anonymous drop to feds. Then confront Dad. Reversal first, get my skin back. But the itch intensified. Skin crawling like ants under flesh.
Ellie.
You feel anything? Weird. She frowned, rubbing her arms. Goosebumps. Like static. The doc's timer? Or worse. We rolled toward home. The duplex a beacon of dread. Cops had cleared out. Yellow tape fluttering like surrender flags.
Inside.
Chaos. Furniture upended.
Basement door splintered open.
They were here, I muttered. Gun. Vic's .38. Drawn instinctive. Down the stairs. Flashlight beam cutting gloom. Concrete floor. Rusted shelves.
And a shrine.
Candles guttered low. Symbols chalked in circles. Egyptian glyphs. Per Vic. Mingled with Catholic icons St. Jude. Patron of lost causes. Center, a photo of us three.
Moments absents à ghost.
And a journal. Dad's scrawl. Forgive me, Haley. For the fire. For everything. Pages flew. Confessions spilling like bile. The shop fire? Vic's torch job. Yes. But Dad had skimmed first. Union dues for Mom's cancer bills. Before she split. When Vic discovered. He forced the cover. Dad takes blame. Or we all burn. But Dad twisted it. Framed the skim on me. Vague enough for whispers. Solid enough to shield him. Haley's wild. Always with those art punks, he'd told cops. Maybe she sparked it for kicks. Juvenile record clean, but reputation torched.
Why?
To toughen her. Make her strong like me. Strong? I'd clawed through that, building walls of sarcasm and steel. Betrayal layered, not just the fall,
But the swap.
journal end. Vincenzo pushed the bind. Put the dead in her skin. I agreed. For Ellie, insurance.
But now?
Regret. If she reads this. Footsteps overhead. Ellie? No, deeper. Deliberate. I pocketed the journal. Gun up. Who's there? A laugh.
Familiar rasp, mine.
Dad emerged at the landing. In my body. Disheveled but whole. Bruises bloomed on my cheek. Vic's work? Knew you'd come back. Girl. Fire in the blood. We circled like wolves. His eyes mine wary. The ledger. Vic sang like Sinatra. He winced. Bastard. Yeah. I fucked up. But it was for us. Spare me. Rage boiled over. His body coiling like a spring. You let them brand me the pyro. Watched me crumble under it. Then this? Stealing my life to settle your debts. Debts you inherited. He jabbed a finger, my finger at the shrine. Mom's treatments drained us. I skimmed to save her.
But she left anyway.
Cancer won. Or so they said. His voice cracked. My light timbre twisting it ugly. Vic found out. Offered the out. Take the fall. Family's safe.
But I
deflected. Made it look like your rebellion. Thought you'd never know. Never know. I laughed. Bitter. I lived it.
Dad.
Dropped college. Worked shit jobs. Shielded Ellie from the whispers. All while you played martyr behind bars. He sagged against the wall. My slender frame folding. I know. And the swap. Panic. Vincenzo wanted blood. I thought. In your skin. I could run. Draw them off. Give you my strength. Time to vanish. Strength? I stepped closer. Towering. Controversial urge. End it here. Gun to temple. Pull trigger. Mercy kill for the man he was, or the monster he'd become. Ellie's voice echoed upstairs. Haley? What's happening? Dad's eyes flicked up.
Ellie.
Safe. For now. The itch surged. Body rebelling. Mine against his. How do we reverse this? The doc. Vincenzo's man. In a warehouse off the flats. Ritual reverse. Blood from all three. But he trailed, gaze dropping. Boss knows. Wants the ledger burned. Us with it. 3. Ellie. The secret deepened. All three? Why her? Silence stretched. Heavy. Then she's not yours. Haley. Not fully. The world imploded. What? Mom's affair. Before she left. Ellie. She's Vic's. I raised her anyway. Vincenzo knows. Leverage doubled. Betrayal supernova. Ellie, my anchor. My reason. Half-sister to the snake who'd torched our lives? Dad's eyes pleaded. Doesn't change love. But they want her for it. Blood debt. Upstairs. Ellie called again.
Sharper.
Gun heavy in my palm. Decision, shoot him. End the cycle, or drag him to reversal. Force the truth? Move, I snarled. We're fixing this. Then you rot. We ascended. Him first, me covering. Ellie in the kitchen. Phone in hand had she called. Haley? Dad? Oh God. Both of you. Explanation tumbled. Sanitized. He's himself now? Wait. Confusion. Then tears. But no time. Tires crunched outside. Black SUVs.
Dated menace.
Vincenzo's crew. Run, Dad yelled, grabbing Ellie's arm. My arm. Delicate. We bolted rear. Into the alley. But they were flanked. Gunfire cracked. Pinging brick. I fired back. His aim steady from shop range days. Dropping one goon in the leg non-lethal. But he screamed. Into the truck. Peeling out. Bullets spiderwebbing the rear glass. Ellie screamed. Dad barked directions. Flats. Duck's lair. The Cuyahoga twisted like a vein. Warehouses hulking shadows. We ditched the truck in fog. Sprinting for a rusted door, padlocked. But Dad had a pick from his parole kit. Inside. Incense haze. Altars glowing with LED candles. Modern witchcraft. Amazon-sourced crystals beside ancient tomes. The doc, wiry Egyptian in a lab coat. Eyes milky behind specs. You bring blood. Ritual hasty. Circle chalked. Knives glinting. Ellie first, prick finger. Drop to symbol. Her blood sizzled. Arcane. Then Dad, my body slashing palm. Crimson pooling. For the debt, he whispered. My turn, his vein. Knife bit. Pain lancing. And as blood hit, the world dissolved. Lightning again. Soul ripping free. I collapsed. Gasping in my skin, slender. Familiar. Freckled. Dad groaned opposite. Back in his bulk. Face ashen. It worked, Ellie breathed, hugging me fierce. But the door exploded inward. Vincenzo himself, silver fox in Armani, cane tapping like judgment. Flanked by goons.
Big nursing a sling.
Glare venomous. Touching. Family reunion.
Now.
The ledger. Dad rose slow. Burned it. Vinny. Gone.
Lie.
It was in the truck.
Hidden.
Vincenzo's laugh chilled.
Bluff.
And the girl, my granddaughter? Blood calls. Ellie recoiled. What? DNA don't lie.
Kid.
Your ma. Spirited. Vic's spawn. But Jack? He kept you.
Now.
Pay up. Climax loomed. Guns drawn. Air thick. My choice, hand over the ledger. Buy peace, or ignite it all. Controversial. Sacrifice Dad. The architect? Ellie?
No.
I snatched a torch from the altar, flame eternal, and hurled it at the gas cans Vic had conveniently stocked. Whoosh, fire bloomed. Shrine inferno. Chaos, screams. Shots wild. We bolted through smoke. Dad shoving me ahead. Go. As beams cracked.
Outside.
Fog swallowed us. Vincenzo's curses fading. Safe?
For now.
But the ledger burned? No, I'd palmed a page. Key evidence. Feds would get it. Anonymous.
Vincenzo crumbles.
Vic exposed. Back in my skin. Ellie clinging. Dad limping behind. Why? He rasped. Twist, I said. You raised her. That's redemption.
But me?
I choose forgiveness. Controversial as hell. He nodded. Tears tracking grime.
Or did he?
We holed up in a cabin off Route 6. Pennsylvania Dutch country, Amish buggies clopping past like relics from a saner time. 3 days blurred. Ellie's sketching furiously, purging the nightmare in charcoal strokes of flames and faces, Dad nursing burns from the warehouse blaze. Silent as a confessional, me, piecing the wreckage. My skin felt foreign now. Too light, too fragile after his bulk. Scars lingered, not visible, but etched deep. Trust fractured. Family redefined. News trickled via a stolen radio. Cleveland mob bust. Vincenzo Russo indicted on racketeering. Arson cold case reopened. The page I'd mailed and signed, postmarked Pittsburgh, had done its work. Feds swarmed, Little Italy. Vic in cuffs. Singing for leniency. Dad's name surfaced. Key witness Jack Thompson. Cooperating fully. Immunity.
Probably.
Clean slate.
For real this time.
Ellie cornered me on the porch swing one dusk. Cicadas droning like accusations. Is it over?
Vic.
My real dad. I pulled her close. Blonde heads mirroring. Bio.
Yeah.
But Jack? He's the one who changed diapers. Chased monsters from under the bed. Blood's just ink. Loves the story. She nodded, but doubt lingered. And you? Forgiving him? After. Everything. Controversial. Sure. America loves its revenge porn, true detective arcs. Breaking Bad morals, but real life? Gray as the Wissahickon fog. Not forgiveness. Truce. He pays forward, testifies, keeps us straight. One slip, and I walk. With you. Night fell. Dad joining us by the fire pit. S. Morey's sticky on fingers and Norman Rockwell lie amid the truth. Haley, he started. Voice gravel. The journal. You read every word. I poked the flames. Sparks rising like freed sins. Mom's affair. The skim.
Deflecting on me.
The swap as insurance. All of it. He winced. Roasting marshmallow charring black. Thought I was Atlas. Carrying the world. But I dropped it on you. Smallest shoulders. Explains the tough love. I said, no bite left. Pushing me to fight. 'Cause you knew I'd need it. Silence. Then Ellie's mom. Vic forced her.
Back when?
Power play. She ran to me. Pregnant. I raised the kid as mine. Vincenzo's grandkid? Leverage gold. Ellie stiffened. Forced? Like. Dad's jaw set.
Yeah.
But she's fire, your ma. Left to protect you both. Cancer?
Lie.
Witness protection. Faked death. Vincenzo's reach. Twist reversed, mom alive. The secret unburied deepest. My heart seized. Where? Canada. Toronto. Safe house. I kept contact. Burner letters. Thought it'd break you. Knowing. Rage flickered. But embers now. Another layer peeled. Call her.
He did.
From a payphone in Millersburg. Static crackled. Then her voice, smoky. Like old jazz. Jack? That you? You old bear. Mom, Ellie's whisper broke. Chaos joyful. Plans hatched. Borders eyed. But dawn brought the knock. State trooper. Badge gleaming. Jack Thompson? Warrant. Accessory to fraud.
Fraud.
The swap's paper trail? Or deeper? Dad paled. Handled it. Officer. Feds cleared. New evidence. The trooper cuffed him gentle. Eyes sympathetic. Anonymous tip. Ledger fragment. Your skim. The deflection on Haley. Arson was cover. But fraud? Embezzling from the girls' college funds. 20 grand. Siphoned post-fire.
Elias gasepe mirored mine.
The basement lock, not mob docs. But our futures. Stolen for his clean slate debts. Betrayal final cut, robbing our escape. Dad sagged. No fight. For you, Haley. To fix what I broke. Liar. But as they led him away, his eyes met mine. Not defiance, but plea. Write the book.
Kid.
Truth sets free. Ellie sobbed. But I held steady. Controversial end. No heroic death. No tidy bow. Dad to trial, probation. Maybe. With his witness deal.
Maman route.
Reunion bittersweet. Us, rebuilding. Scarred but standing. Cleveland faded rearview. Toronto ahead, art school for Ellie. Barista gig for me. But with fire now. Was it happy? Tragic? Debated over beers and some dive. Hero or heel? Victim or villain? I chose survival. Gray and gritty. American as apple pie a la mode with arsenic drizzle. Vengeance? Not blood, but truth. And in the quiet nights, when the itch returns, phantom swap, I whisper to the dark, we're even.
Dad.
But don't test it. Ellie sketches on. Mom's laugh echoes promised. Lies buried, but roots run deep.
Run? We did. Shocked? Eternally.
And free? As any caged bird daring flight,